the same 2 steps every time. All right, so let's find the slope. So let's label our points x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so I get m equals, okay, y2, which is 4, minus y1, which is 8, x2, which is negative 5, minus x1, which is 0. All right, so 4 minus 8, negative 4, negative 5 minus 8 is negative 5, and that becomes a positive 4 over 5. Okay, now that means this problem might be a little bit tougher than we'd like to admit, okay, because it's got a fraction in it. But you can use Desmos to multiply your fractions when the time comes. All right, so y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That is your point slope formula where you only plug in these 3 values. All right, so I plug in y1, which is 8, m, which is positive 4/5, and x1, which is 0. All right, so I bring down the y minus equals the x minus parentheses. Okay, so now you should be hopeful because the problem actually just got super easy because I'm multiplying by 0. Okay, so when I distribute, okay, I'm going to recopy the y minus 8 equals 4/5 times x. And then 4/5 times 0, well, that's just 0. So for right now, I'm going to write it just because I think it's going to help you in the next step, because now I need to get y by itself. So I need to add 8. I'm going to add 8 right underneath that 0 that I put in as a placeholder. So I get y equals 4/5 x, and then 0 plus 8 is 8. Okay? All right, so I'm going to go over here and type that in. Y equals 4 over 5. The x goes next to the fraction, plus 8. Submit my answer. I got my green check. Okay? All right, let's try another one. All right. So let me move this down. So my next example is 5, 2 and negative 5, 6. All right, same 2 steps. Find my slope and then use the point slope formula. So m equals y2, which is 6. Oh, let me label those. x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, 6 minus 2. x2 is negative 5 minus 5. All right, 6 minus 2 is 4. Negative 5 minus 5 is negative 10. And that simplifies to negative 2/5. Okay, again, you can use Desmos to figure out what the fraction simplifies to. Okay, if you're struggling with that. All right, next step, point slope formula. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Only plug in 3 pieces of information. y1, m, x1. All right, so y1 we've designated as 2. M is negative 2/5, and x1 is 5. Bring down everything else. Y minus, the equal sign, parentheses, x minus, parentheses. Okay, all right, I'm going to distribute. Okay, so y minus 2 equals negative 2/5 x. Okay, now I got to do negative 2/5 times negative 5. So negative 2/5 times negative 5 over 1. Okay, when I multiply fractions. Okay, all right. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. 5 times 1 is 5. And that equals 2, because 10 divided by 5 is 2. All right, and because it's a negative times a negative, I got a positive, so I took care of my negative times a negative. So I'm just going to write plus 2. All right, got to get y by itself. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So I get y equals, bring down negative 2/5 x, and 2 plus 2 is 4. All right, go over here to delta math. Y equals negative 2 divided by 5 with the x next to it, plus 4. Submit my answer. I got my green check. Okay?